what's the plan? It's like, I mean, it's if you're not online, and I mean, what are sort of the, I don't know if strategies is the right word, but like if you wanted to be very intentional, like I mean, look, your goal is to get married and your goal is to find a guy and that's what you want, but you haven't been on a date and now coming up on 7 months or so and haven't been in a long-term relationship in that many years. What's sort of the plan? I mean, is it why off dating apps in the first place? Was it just overwhelming? I mean, because everybody seems to be meeting online these days, and it seems like the taboo has largely gone away, and it's pretty popular. I'm surprised that you're not on them.
Yeah, I stopped using them in about April. I just found I wasn't getting anywhere with them. Like nobody wanted to meet in person, and you're wasting your time talking to people, or you just didn't meet the right people. Like, and a lot of weirdos. It is easier to filter them, but lots of weirdos. Like I kid you not, one guy told me that he shares women with his dad, and he sent me dick pictures of his dick and his dad's dick. So like I can't make this stuff up. So just yeah.
This is how low and weird the bar is, dudes. Like those of you watching, there's a lot of weird, awkward people.
Like,
out
are
there.
you guys
Men?
hearing this right now?
Yeah.
Like,
no, I've heard stories like this
not
over and
do
over again.
that.
No, I've heard stories like this over and over again, Moff. It's like there's a lot of weird, uncalibrated dudes that don't like. There's a time and a place for stuff like that, and it's usually when you get to the right. Like, I'm not going to have to explain it here. It's YouTube. It's a little more, PG rated sort of stuff. So, but there's a time and place for everything, and most dudes aren't that calibrated. There's also a contingent of men that just aren't looking for a long-term relationship, and they just want to hook up. Like a lot of dating apps really are, a lot of guys are just like, hey, let's try to get to the bang sort of thing, right?
Or that's another thing. They pretend they're interested in a relationship, but they just want to hook up with you.
Mm-hmm. Do you make them wait a certain period of time, or?
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Certain number of dates, or?
I have done hookups in the past, like unintentionally, but it's just it's a waste of 20 seconds of my life.
Okay. But as far, Brianna's got something to say about that, it sounds like. But I mean, like, as far as dating though, like if you want to be taken seriously and you want to get wifed up, is there a certain period of time that you have in your head, like a certain number of dates that you'd want to make the guy wait to see if he was serious about you, or how do you usually approach that?
Definitely over a month. I guess it depends like how often you see them. Because if it's been 1 month of talking, but you only went on one date, then obviously longer than that. So it depends, like at least a month.
Brianna, you had a giggle at that 20-second comment. Can you enlighten us?
I just think that's something that a lot of women can relate to. It's like the guy will finish in 25 seconds or whatever, and then be like, that was great. Did you finish too?
Do you find that, do you think men are generally bad in bed on average? I mean, I hear this a lot from women where it's like a lot of men are painfully terrible in the bedroom.
Yes.
What advice would you have for men when it comes to that intimacy?
Or what makes them bad? Or what makes them bad at it? And then, what are some of the things where you're just like,
try to keep it at a PG level. Because keep in mind, it's like YouTube.
For the YouTubes, this isn't OnlyFans, but it's, let's, but, as descriptive as you can be with, keep it PG-13.
Know your anatomy and how to put it in the hole.
Maybe a little more eloquent than that. I don't know. Maybe a little more. But like, so like,
I'm serious.
Is it something you just know? I mean, so like, what are some of the things it's like, oh, like this guy doesn't know what he's doing? Like, I mean, what are some of the dead giveaways?
I mean, this is important to women, right? To be really pleasured in the bedroom. Clearly. I mean, there's no question about that. Like Moff and I understand that, but there's a lot of guys that are just like one pump chumps, I guess, and they don't understand the bedroom game component of things, which women won't give you the next date if you can't perform, right? I mean, the bar's low. Like I've said before to you guys, the bar is low for a lot of dudes, right? Like it's like, You know, don't whip out a tuna sandwich. Don't send, you know, dick pics before you actually have intimacy. Last more than one pump, sort of thing.
Know how to put it in the hole.
Sure. What advice would you
Important.
have for guys on that, P and Bree, on, you know, the notion of intimacy, so that they would be better and sort of fit the mold that you expect them to?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't. I guess look for like the physical cues, or hopefully you're with a woman that is like comfortable and confident enough to say like, oh, I actually like this, or this is what I would prefer you do. Just pay attention. I feel like a woman's
But I mean,
body.
women usually don't want to tell guys what to do. They want guys to
Right.
just sort of get it in the bedroom,
Gotta
right?
just get it. Like, is there anything less attractive to you ladies about telling a man like what to do in the bedroom?
Like explaining how sex works?
I don't know. I don't really have a lot of experience.
Maybe I'll phrase it to you this way. Like, given the preference, would you rather explain to him how intimacy works, or would you rather him just get it and perform well?
I mean, I think everyone would rather him just know what to do and how
Right.
to do it and do it well.
P, what's your take on that?
Yeah, but communication is important, non-verbal and verbal. Like, yeah. I get it. Some people like expect you to read their mind, but I think I've just reached the point where I don't have a filter. So I'll just communicate, because it's just way easier. Nobody can read your mind. They don't know what you want. Just tell them.
But if you had the choice, between a guy where you have to really explain it and sort of walk him through it step by step versus a guy where you can, because we had Brianna on last week and we talk a lot about men being the ones that lead romantic interactions and lead relationships and lead dates, and you know, in this case, lead in the bedroom and in the intimate side. So my guess is that you'd prefer a guy that just gets it and that can take the lead without being told what to do, over a guy that you're walking through, if you had the choice between the two. Is that right?
Are they the same personality, same compatibility?
Yes. Just let's say everything across the board is the same. The one thing is like, this guy has no idea what he's doing. I mean, but maybe we even say like, let's say a guy, like, would you be with a guy, or would you consider a guy dating long-term if he was a virgin per se? You know, is that a burden that you'd be willing to take on? Or I don't know if burden's the right word, or is that something that you're like, no, because a lot of women say they prefer a guy with at least some experience, but what's your take on it, like a virgin guy?
It's not a deal breaker for me, but then like, what's his dating experience like? Because I don't want to be the first person he's dated. Like, he should get some dating, you know, just like you should have life experience and travel experience. You should get some dating experience too.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.